Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
Drinking his coffee.
Hello there, it's the In Wheel Time car talk show. This segment, Randy Borcherding from Painthouse and the SEMA Corvette experience. Conrad will have the In Wheel Time car clinic via Zoom, we hope, from the Pelosiville estate. And we'll also take a look at this week's automotive news. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this rainy Saturday here in Houston, Texas. This is our live show. It airs, if you're listening to it on a podcast, our live show airs every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Time. And let me just do this.
That makes sense because today's Saturday.
Let me just say this. It is. But did you miss the podcast part of my...
I heard it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're listening on a podcast, our live show is Saturday mornings, 8 to 11.
Right, which is Saturday.
This podcast that you're listening to is probably not on a Saturday.
It's going to be a Monday. The second half hour is Monday.
Well, you're in charge of keeping track of that.
Write that down.
He's in charge.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
Yeah, do that. Well, at any rate, thank you for that.
Clearing it up.
Yeah. I think you've been smoking something before.
Are you filling in
here,
for Conrad? Is that what the deal is?
You know, I could. Let me sit over here.
No, you couldn't.
Oh, boy.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Painthouse Studios, I guess in Houston, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, it's Randy Borcherding. Randy, it looks like you've lost a little more hair, my friend.
Uh-oh.
Ain't got much left to lose, buddy.
Well, did the SEMA experience just kind of get rid of all the rest of it?
You know, actually, this year was the easiest get in and get out of SEMA we've ever had. It was from my trailer parked a half a mile away to sitting in the booth we were in 30 minutes.
Wow.
And back out the same. That has never happened before. I've sat in parking lots for 12, 14 hours before with the vehicle waiting to get in. This year was completely different, and dang, I hope it stays that way.
Well,
so I can't blame that on.
Were you just
can't
closer?
blame hair loss on that.
Were you just closer to the door to get out and in?
Nope, not at all. It was just a.
They streamlined the process.
The stars lined up. I just hit the timing right. They made it better. Maybe all of the above, but it was awesome.
Well, I will assume that that's the car that you took right there behind you, because you have to remember last time that we spoke, that car was not in that shape.
Yeah. In fact, we've taken it back apart just to finish up a few little things, not apart, but a few little things that weren't quite ready for the show, which don't need to be ready for the show, like an alignment and Freon in the system, that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah. Now, that car doesn't belong to you, does it?
No, sir. No, it belongs to a local customer. Great guy. This is the one. I don't know if you recall the story. I'm going to flip this around. It had been wrecked. He bought it at Barrett Jackson 2 years ago, I think. As soon as it got home, his first test drive, he wrecked it pretty bad.
Oh boy.
It probably should have been totaled just based on dollar cost of the repairs. But the insurance company wanted it fixed and felt like it could be fixed, and it is now. But I'm not sure I would have fixed it having known what he brought to me in the beginning.
Well, what was damaged on the car? Everything?
Well, kind of. The whole front end had to be replaced. The frame was bent and had to be replaced, and it's an aftermarket chassis. The engine had to be taken apart and examined because one of the casting ears was cracked. So I wanted to make sure there was no engine damage. I mean, they had to go all the way in that deep into the car. And with him throwing in some of his money, he got this much better interior. We've upgraded the engine a little. So it's a combination of the insurance repair and him contributing, but nonetheless, this car is somewhat of a miracle in that sense. It probably shouldn't have been built.
And
here it is.
What booth did you show the car in?
We were in SATA. It's SATA. They're the premier paint gun company in the world, and kind of goes with what we do, obviously.
Yeah.
And they're a fairly high profile spot. We got a lot of traffic and a lot of photographs taken and publicity, and that's what it's all about.
Now, is that Randy Apple Red?
This is called Viking Blood.
I knew there was something about
Viking Blood.
Yeah.
Now, would you mix that color for me if I wanted my car that color?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Or I'll make you your own. How about that?
Or that.
We'll do it blue and call it Smurf Blood.
That's perfect. What motor does that car have in it?
It is the LS7, which would have normally been a dry sump engine. We removed the dry sump system. It was kind of unnecessary for this thing, and it was a packaging problem in the engine bay. So we had it converted to a wet sump, traditional oil pan.
Mm-hmm. How difficult was that to make the conversion?
We didn't do it in-house. A local company, LME, which is Late Model Engines, did it for us. They're really good with these modern powertrains and making them drivable. But if you want a 3,000 horsepower top speed, Texas mile car, they'll do that too.
And this clearly is not that. Do you know what kind of horsepower this one has?
I'd say 550 maybe.
Okay.
It's just maybe 600. It's a nice driver. We didn't reinvent the wheel with this engine or this car for that matter.
Did you put an automatic transmission in it?
No, sir. It's a 5-speed Tremec.
Okay.
So you get to shift gears as you would expect.
Right.
A local Texas upholstery shop did the interior for us. So, for example, all of this back here is 3D printed.
Wow, you're kidding.
Yeah, exactly. We've got the sound system packaged in there. The dash, the AC vent right there.
Yep.
Came out of a '69 Camaro. These cars didn't have a vent dash like that.
That's true. They didn't. That was just blank.
It has right there is a mag, one of the MagSafe car phone chargers. So you just
very cool. Set
your phone in there. You can look at your Google Maps or play your music through the sound system, whatever you want. So
Sweet.
It's a nice blend of old technology or new technology and old styling.
What do you call the color of the interior, Randy, and why did you select that?
Well, not to be sarcastic, it's brown. I don't know what the name of the leather is,
okay.
But we just chose it based on the paint color. And when you see it in person, you can't tell in this video, but in person, it's got some reddish tones in it that complement the red. So it was just a good match. You just pull out the samples and find the ones that look best.
Interesting.
And it's got an interesting little
pattern
insert material.
Yeah, I see
gives
that.
A little contrast, kind of retro. Kind of reminds me of my grandmother's sofa back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
So in the booth, I was going to say, the booth, did you win any awards with it when it was in your booth?
No,
was it being judged?
Not this year. This year we didn't. One of the requests that the booth company we were with, SATA, had was that the car in their booth would not be entered in the Battle of the Builders, which is fine. I'm not certain this thing would have. This is not a revolutionary car. So would it have done well in the Battle of Builders? Maybe, maybe not. But it was also fun to park it in the booth and go enjoy SEMA, which I don't often get to do.
What did you take away from SEMA this year? Other than freebie giveaways, I'm not referring to that. Just as far as state of the art stuff, where is the custom car industry going?
Well, the electric thing is certainly there. As your previous guest said, it's coming, and his enthusiasm is interesting. I don't know that I share his optimism, quite honestly, but it's coming, and the performance can't be denied. So there were a lot of vehicles electric and a lot of older vehicles converted to electric. And it's interesting to see a 55 Chevy truck. You open the hood and the engine bay is quite honestly empty. And way down on the cross member is an electric motor tied to a transmission that, an automatic or even a manual these days, where you can shift gears and have an electric motor.
Oh, wow. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but okay.
I guess for the experience, perhaps. Something else that kind of made me giggle, I think, is that there's a company making a sound system that you can put under like the rear bumper of your EV and create car sounds. So if you want your Tesla to sound like
exhaust sounds,
if you want your Tesla to sound like this Corvette, I guess you can record it, or maybe it comes with pre-recorded sounds. I didn't really investigate it.
Well,
that's
one of those things that Stellantis with the Dodge brand that they have already debuted, and their new electric Challenger and Charger are going to be able to make those sounds.
I think Lexus does too.
If that's what you want, then you hit the button.
Let's be honest about it. Us car guys, that's one of the things we miss about this upcoming technology is it doesn't sound like a car.
Right. Yeah, that's a big part of it. It's kind of like the new tires that don't squeal when you spin them. Back in the day, they would squeal. Now they just spin. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
And smoke.
Yeah. One of the other things that was just odd was that Ford wasn't there, GM wasn't there, Honda wasn't there. So a lot of the major players weren't there.
Why not? Why weren't they there?
I don't have a clear-cut answer. My guess is, I hate to put it this way, but they don't really have anything to sell that we can get our hands on right away.
Well, wait a minute. I think, is it Chrysler that has Ford? I know.
Chrysler was there.
Chrysler was there. Well, I know that Ford has an electric motor package that they're selling over the counter.
Yeah, but that's just
true.
The motor doesn't even come with the controllers.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. It doesn't come with a controller yet, anyway.
But if you want a GM LS3 crate motor, good luck getting it right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're out of stock, at least through my suppliers. You might stumble into one, but they don't have them like they did a year and a half ago.
Interesting. Wow. Is everybody snapping them
up? I don't
know.
I'm theorizing. I don't really know. I'm sure it's budgetary. I know they spend millions of dollars to be there, and perhaps it's just a budgetary thing. I'm speculating.
Yeah, because everything that I've read that they're making more money than they ever have.
Yeah, it makes sense though.
Even despite the fact that they are not making the number of cars that they used to. But if you've looked at the price of cars, particularly like the one that I'm currently driving, I mean, it's a brand new car, but it's old school. It's a Toyota 4Runner, and they're asking $50,000 for it, and it's a stripper. It doesn't even have things like automatic headlights. And you have to turn the headlights on.
To the thing about General Motors not being there in a budgetary thing, they're only projecting profits. They don't have the profits yet. They're actually projecting them, and that's 2 years down the road. So they're still manufacturing, and if they're not there, then they're probably working on something else for that projected profit.
I think it boils down to money they were going to have to spend, products they don't have in warehouses to sell at the moment, and bringing in vehicles that, quite honestly, 100,000 hot rodders don't really want.
There's a point. Exactly.
Yep.
So was every square inch of Las Vegas Convention Center filled to capacity as it usually is?
I'd say so. I mean, they have to stretch a few things out to fill space, but it was quite a bit busier than last year. I think international travel had a lot to do with that. It's a significant percentage. I don't know the number, but there's a lot of foreigners that come to SEMA, and last year they couldn't. So this year, the people count was up, I'm sure.
Yeah. And so let's just shift gears here with you and Painthouse. Now that you've got that car pretty much finished, what's on the agenda for you?
Well, I'll flip this around again and show you real quick.
Here we go.
So we still got this Cougar we're buttoning up.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
70 Cougar. It's got the 4.6 Terminator motor. Came in the 04 Cobra Mustangs. It's not the current Coyote drivetrain, but it's interesting, makes a lot of power. and it looks pretty cool in the engine bay.
Yep.
Over here, this is just, I'm going to call it a quickie, but we found this Ranchero out at Bear Brakes in Arizona, a customer bought it, and it's got, here we're talking about technology, but that is an electric brake booster that would come on a Tesla or a Chevy Volt, that kind of thing.
Wow.
So we're now, and as I understand it, this is our first use of it, but I'm told it just makes for spectacular braking performance.
That's a hybrid.
Where a lot of these hot rods don't have great brakes.
Well, they certainly didn't from the factory. And I guess the latest.
Even things like this, for example, we've got a vacuum booster tucked in there and Bear brakes on it. It'll be okay. But if you want to run manual brakes, which a lot of these hot rods do, you just don't get the braking performance and that positive pedal feel that you get out of good power brakes and that we're all used to.
Right. Yeah.
So you get in one of these after you've been driving your F350 dually that stops on a dime like a race car did 30 years ago, and the brakes don't feel as nice, and they should. Yeah. So these electric brakes, I'm told, will remedy that, and I'm anxious to find out.
Yeah, you have to let us know how that goes.
So the Corvette that was wrecked, did it have the old brakes on it, or that could be a reason why it was crashed?
It has a system called Hydro Boost, which uses the power steering pump to provide the braking assist.
Right.
It's all tucked up in the fender over there, and it has fantastic brakes. So Hydro Boost works. In fact, at times it can work too well. It can provide a very sensitive pedal if you haven't set it up properly. And I wonder if that wasn't part of why this car had a wreck, is that the brakes are very responsive. And perhaps he accelerated and then tapped the brakes and wasn't expecting what happened, and then it just went out of control. Again, speculating, but it's possible.
So do you have any other?
This one is a different system altogether.
Do you have people waiting outside the garage door to get in to the Painthouse massage parlor over there? Because that's what you guys do to these cars. I mean, you massage them to these incredible beauties out there.
We do have folks that are wanting to bring projects in. As you can tell by me walking around, we don't have a lot of room. This is my house garage, which is also part of our workspace. The building is across the yard, 100 yards away.
Yeah.
So we're packed, and that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. How's Jen?
She's awesome. She went out to find breakfast. I told her I couldn't go, so I hope she brings me something. She may or may not. Depends on if she likes me today.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's great to talk to you as always, and congratulations on another beautiful build there. So when are you going to have that thing out of the garage? Next week?
Not that quick. A couple weeks. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. And
time for the customer to come drive it for the second time and keep it between the curbs.
Yeah. No doubt. Randy, it's great talking to you. If anybody ever is interested in a paint job, he's the guy to go to.
It's not just a paint job.
No, it's not. It's more than that. But it's Painthouse. That's the name of the company, and Randy does such a great job, and award-winning paint jobs, and obviously customization and all the other things that go along with top-end cars. Randy, again, thank you very much, and we hope to talk to you again soon. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, fellas. Have a good day.
You do the same.
Thanks, sir.
We'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. Is Conrad with us?
No, sir.
Okay. So we're not going to do his car clinic. I know that you just forgot to tell me that, right? He doesn't even answer anymore.
We're not going to do the car clinic.
Okay.
I just heard it.
I'll tell you. Speaking of which, why don't you, Jeff, if you don't mind, let's do the one-hit muscle car wonders.
I'm going to try to do the video and talk at the same time.
You know, it's kind of like playing the drums and singing. You do that all the time.
I don't sing.
Yeah, use your foot for the video, and then use your...
Yeah, it's a good point. There's nothing down there. Anyways, this is what we got. These are one-hit wonders. 1-year production cars is what they are. So the automobile industry, every year, new technologies, new regulations, things change, and it's a matter of what they want to do and how they want to do it. So the first one we have is a Chevrolet Chevelle, and this rascal is a Z16. Obviously, Chevrolet no longer makes the Chevelle. In its heyday, the Chevelle was the proper American muscle car. In 1965, it was responsible for releasing the Z16. Powering the Chevelle is a 396 horsepower V8 engine. Along with the engine, you get a 4-speed gearbox. That'd be nice.
Was it a 396 motor?
It's 396 horsepower.
No, I know that, but I'm asking how many cubic inches was it?
That doesn't say, but it's 396 on the horsepower with a 4-speed gearbox.
Odd.
They only made 200 of these.
Really?
Could have been a 427.
Could have been, but
I never heard of that.
It's not in the information, so
I'll be darned.
Yeah. And then the next one we have here for 1 year production is the Plymouth AAR CUDA. AAR stands for All American Racing. It's a CUDA, and it's red. It looks good. I don't know if you notice on that picture, the folks the exhaust in front of the rear wheels. I had that exhaust on my Nova.
You did?
I did.
Did you put it on there? Or did you have it put on?
I had it put on. I put the headers on myself, and had the exhaust put on. But that was very cool. And the AAR translates into, it was a Trans Am Championship, and it was for the All American Racing, and that's how they got that the moniker, the nomenclature for it. The car had a 340 horsepower V8, a brilliant package design with the color on it. And in terms of the numbers, they made 2,724 of these in that year. So that was pretty cool. It made a little bit more than the Chevelle, obviously.
But 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year run. I flip my page. So the next one is a Ford Mustang Boss 351. Now, this is like the epitome.
Cleveland.
The big daddy of them all. The Boss 351 is one of the rarest production models that they made. The graphics package is iconic to the Mustang for Ford Motor Company. They fine-tuned a regular engine to produce 330 horsepower that year, and it's one of the most sought-after collector vehicles. They only made 1,800 of these, which I thought was very, very cool.
What year is it?
It doesn't say the year, but it was a 1 year production run.
It looks like 68, 69.
It reminds me of a Javelin.
Does it?
Well, a little. I guess.
Maybe, kind of, sort of. But it's moving on to the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray Z06. Now, back in the day, the Z06, it was a package during the first generation of the Stingray. It's a rarity. There's not many out there. The number of differences from the original, the car was lighter back then. It was sturdier. It had a better suspension and a more robust engine for that year.
Matter of fact, one of my magazines has a 63 convertible that's serial number 003.
Oh, wow.
And it's the earliest one of the C2 Corvette that is known to exist, and the speculation was, well, whatever happened to number 1 and number 2?
Yeah.
And they think that they were both crashed in testing.
Oh.
That they did it on purpose.
Oh.
Wow.
Because back then, they didn't have pre-production cars. They made the car, and then they crashed it.
Pulled one off the
correct.
assembly line as it comes out.
Yep.
So the next one is a Dodge Charger Daytona. It ranked highly among the list of American muscle cars for a good reason. Back in '69, Dodge wanted to create a car that would compete with the NASCAR boys. So the Dodge, the Charger Daytona was the result. This car there. Brilliant looking vehicle, and if you're trying to get your hands on one, good luck, because there aren't very many around anymore. And the next one we have is a Shelby GT500 KR. KR, Mike, stands for King of the Road, not Conrad. So just make sure you know that.
Conrad, I like it.
So Carroll Shelby was the one that had the special project for the KR, powered by a 428 Cobra Jet engine, which produced 400 horsepower. Not only was the KR powerful, but it was also full of luxury designs on the interior. And the last one for my friend Conrad DeLong. Here you go, buddy. It's an Oldsmobile Rally 350. If you're listening, Conrad owns this vehicle. Not this particular one, but he owns one. The 70s were not an excellent time for the muscle cars. New regulations coming out limited the automobile manufacturers. The Rally 350 was Oldsmobile's attempt to get around some of these regulations. In a single year of production, Conrad, they only made 3,547 of the vehicles, and it was a small block V8 producing 310 horses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Big story this week is, Jay Leno suffering burns in his
terrible.
garage. Yeah. Longtime auto enthusiast taken to Grossman Burn Center after his face was burned in his Los Angeles garage when one of his cars burst into flames. It happened to have been a white steam car. Now, the car was not white. That was the name of the car.
The brand, right.
The brand was white. Left side of former Tonight Show host's face was burned, but Leno's eye and ear were not severely damaged. Leno confirmed in a statement, I got some serious burns from a gasoline fire. I'm okay. Just need a week or two to get back on my feet. It's going to be longer than that. From the latest that I read and saw in the news just recently, that it's going to take him a while. He has undergone surgery once. That was confirmed, and the doctor said that he's going to have to go through another surgery, skin grafts and stuff like that.
His friend Jeff Allen, Tim Allen, was there to visit him in the hospital, and there was like a pseudo photo. His arms are bandaged. He was in like one of those hyperbaric chambers for the skin.
Yeah.
So God bless him. Good luck.
Yeah, exactly. Because love his show.
Oh.
And personally, I would rather see him on his own show like this with the cars than on the Tonight Show. I mean, I was a fan of the Tonight Show, but
got over almost 200 cars in his
collection.
Yeah. Various steams and electric and all that.
Yeah, everything. And he's even got a Corvette in his collection.
God, that's pretty cool.
That was a Yenko Stinger.
Yep.
Corvette, and he's got one, and he likes the car.
You had a stinker.
I had a stinker. Yes, I did. It looked good, but it was a stinker. There's no doubt about that. Hey, we'd love to hear from you, and all you got to do is send us an email, info@inwheeltime.com, and you can make fun of us and tell us how bad it all is for you, and just give us a hard time in general.
Yeah, and to point out, if somebody wants to know about something like what I do on the When Your Wonders, send me some information. I'll look it up and we'll discuss it.
Very good. All right. Time now for a quick break. We'll be back. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Starting to work on your Christmas calendar? Be sure to add the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In Saturday, December 17th. You'll want to attend Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods. And get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition, Saturday, December 17th. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate the Christmas season with friends and family at Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, December 17th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting.
Hey, Houston, America's greatest hot rod tradition is back. Thanksgiving weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 action-packed days of hot rods, customs, classics, trucks, performance cars, and live music. Do not miss the Ultimate Lowrider Showcase, sponsored by Shorty's Hydraulics and the Traditional Rod Garage. Saturday only, it's the Tuner Galleria with 250 imports, JDM, and luxury cars, plus music and models. On the celebrity stage, presented by Nick's Auto Repair and Classic Car Restoration, meet Bad Chad and wife Jolene from Bad Chad Customs on Friday. Saturday, it's Dave Kindig from TV's Bitch and Rise. Sunday, it's Danny Coker and Kevin Mack from TV's Counting Cars. Shop the swap meet and women's world all weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama. November 25th to 28th at the George R. Brown Convention Center. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In-Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeart Radio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeart Radio app, search for In-Wheel Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In-Wheel Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/In-Wheel Time Car Talk. That's it for this podcast episode of the In-Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.